Hey everyone, welcome back to another 31-minute podcast. Morning, Jordan.
Good morning,
Looking
everybody.
Super sharp, even though it's early in the morning.
Haven't put my tie on yet. It's in the car,
No?
but I will.
Yeah, okay.
I think I'm getting my neck's growing or something.
Your neck's growing. I know your head is.
Yeah, my head's getting bigger, so it's just growing my neck.
Yeah.
No, I need to move my button.
Your neck's growing.
Do you ever get when you put? Oh, you don't put the top button up. I forgot that you don't. Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't really wear ties. You like wearing tie?
Yeah. You feel good, but when it's the button's too close and it's strangling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Problems of a up-and-coming young superstar. Topic today.
I don't know. We haven't spoke about it.
Well, I have. I'm prepared.
Have you?
I'm prepared. KPIs are really important. You know, KPIs are, but they're a bit of a boring topic as well. It's like go out and do this, but
Do you think you should explain KPIs for anybody if there is somebody that doesn't know?
key performance indicators. But you can have KPIs in anything. You can have it in your personal relationship. Like your KPI is how you get up in the morning. Do you kiss your partner? Do you have a date night during the week? Do you do all this sort of stuff? But also KPIs is like in sales, how many calls do you want to make? How many people do you want to meet? But the thing that I'm more interested in is the track that you're on.
Yeah.
So you can create your own track. Like you don't see trains just driving randomly along the road. They sit on a track and they go to the destination. That's where they go. And I think sometimes like we put so much emphasis on, oh, we've got to be some amazing human being to get this out of control goal in not just real estate, but anything. And it's like you've got to be this huge sacrifice and this huge effort. But really, it's about the track.
And do you think the key performance indicators or the KPIs help you stay on that track?
Yeah, well, you make them. You make the track. That's what's great. So
you think, where am I going? And then once you know where you're going, the KPIs pretty much reflect the destination.
yeah, what are the what are the KPIs? And I think sometimes we're always talking about the goal. Like we're always talking about, oh, you know, I want to write this much, or I want to become this, or this much weight I want to lose, or whatever. But we rarely talk about what's that actually going to take every day to make that track, to make sure that you go there, though.
And I like how you just said just then every day, because for anybody that doesn't know you're very just focused on today.
But that's all I focus on.
That's it.
Is today.
Don't worry about yesterday. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just focus on today.
Yeah, I do, because I've learned over time that's what will take you there. And sometimes focusing on the goal can create a level of anxiety in you. It can create
Especially if it's a big one.
Yeah, like a big one. And well, like we randomly throw around things like, I want to 2x, I want to go to the next level. That's what they say a lot. I want to double my results. So if you wrote 500,000 in fees this year, people go, oh, I want to write 1 million. And I'm like, that's really hard.
Yeah.
To write, that's really hard. It's like, you know, doubling. Because you think about most people, if they're on their own, writing 1 million, writing 500, or they've just put on a new PA, that's taken everything they've got to do that, provided you're pretty committed.
Yeah.
But it's taken everything they've got. So where's the extra? You know, like where is that extra? And we throw it around like it's
a good point, actually.
some like, oh yeah, I just got a bit of room over here that, you know, it's like fitting dessert in.
Yeah.
Like it's like I'm so full, but I'm just going to fit dessert in.
Yeah.
But we just so readily say it. It's like, but what does that mean? Like, what does that mean to double your business? Or even if you're a shop owner, like if you're a shop owner and you're selling 1,000 hoodies, but you go, I want to make this much more profit. But how does that happen? What's going to change? And that's really what it's about. What's going to change? And it's the track that you're on. Your daily track will connect to the next bit. You know how a train goes? Have you been on a train?
Not for a few years,
Yeah.
but yeah.
You know, you can like hear the tracks go.
Yeah.
That's like each join in the track. And really, that's that's how I see it. A day. It's like that's the day join. I blew up at you guys yesterday, sort of, with love. But I blew up with you guys yesterday. Why?
Because we didn't do enough prospecting.
But you run your own business, right? Like, I'm not your boss.
No, but you weren't yelling at us. You said, guys, come on. Like, you just got one of the best results Wombrel has seen in a long time.
So talk us through what happened. Talk us through.
We listed a property, 9 Grove Road in Wombrel, cracking home. You knew the owner from years ago. Trev knew the owner from the hospital. I knew the owner from martial arts and time, and took care of him and found him a property. And we ended up listing it in the end. And it was a phenomenal result. It was an airtight campaign. And at the end of it, he said, you guys are just the best.
Yeah.
And Charlie and I went out in the morning. We did an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe of door knocking. We did a street. And then we continued off with the rest of the day, the appointments and things like that. And we're back in the office at 3. And you called and you said, what are you doing in the office? We were a bit like, I don't know, what are we doing in the office? And you said, if that was me, I would have been telling the whole world about that result.
Yeah, I would have. That's right. And I can't make you guys do anything. But I am trying to teach you. Like, I'm trying to teach.
You said, was that enough?
Yeah, was it enough? Was it really enough? So, we do pretty good. You know, our results are pretty good.
Yeah.
We probably don't have to prospect. However, if we want to maintain what we're doing and we want to slowly grow for ourselves, like we've got things we want to achieve, it's like, is it really enough inside of you? Like, is it? So I love the story about Star Partners when I was younger. The number one Star Partners office, so I used to work for Star Partners a long time ago, and they were like...
Are they still around?
I think so, but they had about 15, 20 offices back then. And there was 2 offices up here. The number one office, the guy took all the desks out of the office and had one desk. So he had about 25 salespeople, and he took the whole lot out and had one desk. And he said, there's no reason anyone should be in the office at all. He said, when you come in the office, there's a desk that you can all share. That's it.
Yep.
And, you know, they were number one by a mile. He said, you should be out talking to people all day, every day. That's it. You're not sitting around here. They become number one. But that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So really it's about finding the gaps. Was there gaps yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
And it's really about how much you want to push yourself. And I think that's that combined with understanding what your commitment level is. So let's talk about a KPI, prospecting. How many business owners actually have a KPI of prospecting? If you sold sand shoes.
Oh, I can't think of any.
None.
Well, I can't think of a lot.
Yeah, I don't, and prospecting is not really like put an ad in the paper.
No, that's marketing. I can't actually think of any business that's not real estate that actively prospect, that are actually calling all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like even when I worked at, before real estate, that tech company, they did apps and websites and all that sort of stuff. I didn't even know what prospecting was back then. Yeah. Nobody prospected. No. They all did marketing. We went to events. Like there was some sort of process around getting business, but there was definitely no prospecting. There was definitely no calling the local business guy and saying, hey, I just had a look at your website. It's pretty ordinary. Like, can I redo it for you?
Yeah.
Thinking back now, what a great opportunity that would have been.
Do you know business is prospecting? That's what it is. It's actually prospecting. It's not the sale. The sale's at the end. So how many businesses fail?
What do they say? Is it 1 in 20?
In the first, is it 5 years? So it's something like
95% or something.
Half fail in the first year, and then 95% within the next
5.
Yeah, within 5 years.
Yeah.
And then if you go back to that question, how many prospect? You couldn't answer any. I don't get any prospecting calls, hardly from anybody.
I tell you who prospects, that lady that does all of your clothes for you. She called when we were in the car and said...
Nicola
prospects.
Let's talk about Nicola.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal. I just spent about...
I was a bit shocked, actually. I've been thinking about that for weeks, going like, what? Because this is what I was trying to understand too. Is she just on a salary or is she on a...
Yeah.
Because that's a big difference here. Because if she's just on a salary, she's just doing it because she loves the job and she loves taking care of people. I highly doubt that she's on some sort of performance structure.
If she was, it'd be not great.
Not
That's not a driver. I mean, you've been in the shop with me. We went down the other day.
I was blown away.
Yes. Well, there's a good example. So we got, here's something else. She contacted me in the middle of lockdown.
This is the bit that I'm surprised about.
Yeah, and said, we've been closed for this long, new colours coming in, I'll be in contact, whatever. And then lockdown finished, and then she rang. Were you in the car with me?
She called and said, I know you love the black T-shirt.
The black shirts,
black shirts, and there's not a lot around, so I've fielded all of the ones in Australia.
Okay, that's what happened.
Yeah.
So before lockdown, she rings me and she said, Matt, I can get 10 more black business shirts for you. I'm going to have to get some of them made, but I'm going to get all of them in Australia, the left, and then you'll have 10. And then, so I ordered them, and they're not cheap shirts. I only wear one brand. And then during lockdown, she rang and she said, we got new colours coming in and things. And then in the car, she rang up and she said, all the new colours are in. This is after lockdown.
Yeah.
All the new colours are in. How many do you want? And I think I put an order in for 20 or 30 shirts. I don't know how much it would be, like maybe...
They're 300 a shirt.
300 a shirt, yeah. So it's like a 6 to 8 to 10 grand or whatever. It's in there somewhere. And then we went down and saw it. And then when I'm in the shop, she's like, anything else you want? Let's get... And she had all the T-shirts out.
You were walking in, you're like 20 metres away, and she's like,
yeah.
She's like, come in.
Yeah.
How are you? But it was such a personal connection.
Yeah.
Like,
she's not trying
has
to...
life, has a kid.
She wants the sale, but she's... Yeah.
This shirt come in, I was thinking of you straight away. I love it. Try it on. I've already put 5 in the thing for you. Nope, not taking no for an answer. Get in there and try them on and come out and show us what they look like. I'm kind of like, what?
Sometimes I bought about 10 polo shirts off her. I don't even wear polos. So, they're all still in there. I think I've worn one once. I don't even like polos.
When we walked out, I said, are you ever going to wear them? I can't picture you wearing that. And you said, I just buy it. I
just buy them because of her. Yeah, but think about where she is. She's in the middle of a shopping centre, second floor up.
Yeah.
Not in a really great prominent spot.
You'd never find her.
But that day, I mean, I'm sure she's got 50 other clients like that as well.
Yeah.
But phenomenal. Prospect converts to sale. Even if it's a no. Like even if I said, oh, not ready now, but it's a relationship builder. Here we are talking to, I don't know, tens of thousands of people about Nicola in Calibre at Chatswood. Yeah. Because of the effort, that one phone call. So, by the way, if you're looking for great business shirts, go to Calibre and Nicola in Chatswood. It's phenomenal.
But even when we're talking about Louis Vuitton, when you went in there to get the bag, all they would need to do is pick their top 200 clients or whatever, and every few months just text them and say, or call them and say, hey, Matt, you need anything?
I just had a thought, which we don't do, which we should.
Cool. Yeah.
We're good prospectors, but I'm sure we could do a lot better. I just had a thought. If I have 20 great clients, just 20, that are all reasonably established, how often do we ring them and say, hey, Wayne Shivers, hey, Wayne,
with anything?
Hey, Wayne, so he's one of our best clients.
Yep.
Hey, Wayne, are you or any of your kids in a position to buy a little investment property somewhere? Might be a no, but do you think Wayne would get off the phone and go, geez, you're always thinking about me?
Yeah, probably.
100%. So now we're talking about creating tracks. And I think in real estate, or any real business, we can talk real estate because we know real estate, but are you sticking to the number of contacts a day that are going to create the track to get to whatever goal it is you want? Because there's a link there. I always made 40 connects a day, every day, without fail, every day, non-stop, for years and years and years and years and years. Today I don't. What would I make? Lucky to make 10 now.
And that's outgoing too, not ingoing.
That's outgoing. That's picking up the phone and going, hey, Jordan, it's Matt. This sold for this. Had any thoughts of selling? Whatever. So a proactive call out about potentially doing business one day down the track. What other tracks are there? What other parts of the track is there?
Like as in KPIs.
All right. You said one yesterday. Role playing.
Yeah.
So your business,
Yeah.
you have a couple of hard work owners at the moment.
I said to you last night, I said, when I get something in the tool belt and I'm really good at it, just another thing pops up.
Yeah,
and
that's
I
right.
said all of my owners at the moment, I listed them correctly at the right price with the right marketing and the right process. And then I check back in 2 weeks later and they're $500,000 higher in price. And I'm like, what do I do? I'm like trying to
And it's
navigate
happening a
it.
bit. As you're getting more established,
Yeah.
you're attracting people who want a great result. You are getting great results. And then they want more. They want a higher price all of a sudden. And not $100,000, $500,000. Yeah. And then I was driving along after we spoke and I was like, hang on, do you do a good set to sell? And you're like, no, I don't have one of those. So role playing is a part of my track that I've done for a long time because you've got to upstep the skill that you have today or now is vastly different. Someone who's writing 5 times the results, the skill's different. So you've got to upstep your skill. It's not just about prospecting, it's about creating a more able you.
Yeah.
So you don't have those issues as much. You're always going to get difficult people. But so I was driving along and I rang you back and I was like, hey, what's your set to sell like? And you're like, oh, I don't really have one. Not one that I used all the time.
I said I sort of breeze over it for auctions, but that's about it.
But now where you're at, so if you want to, because you're listing some great properties, you're selling some great properties, you're getting great results, but your growth now requires you to be more skilled because you're getting more opportunities.
I think as the more you get, you need them set up correctly so you're not wrestling the whole time.
Yeah, it's just draining.
Yeah.
When you got someone that's like, you're never meeting their expectation. Whereas, it's a plus and a minus being with me a lot because a plus is, we create more opportunity together and you're around more things. But the minus is I usually just walk into these clients because I either know them or been around them or they call because of profile sometimes and they listen more. So, I'm like, you're being a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you can't sort of say that at the moment because you're building your brand
Yeah.
and they'd probably take offense to it. So it's like you've got to create that skill where you're managing them without them knowing.
Yeah.
So role playing would be one of those. And I role played for a long time and not so much what to say, more so the structure and process in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you get the call in, you send a pre-list kit out, you do your thing. So your sequence is really like phenomenal.
So would you think take real estate out of the equation, because role playing is very, very important for real estate, but also for other businesses. But for somebody like Nicola, she might role play how she interacts with a new customer as they come into the business.
Yeah, for sure. Hers would be more about the product.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So hers would be more about, understanding like this is where the shirt comes from. This is what it's made of. This is, you won't sweat in it. You won't this in it. It's longer lasting. You have to get it dry cleaned. She needs to be an expert of her product. So in terms of her, because hers is about relationship, keeping in contact, but knowing her stuff, enthusing the client to buy it. That's probably more her role playing.
Yeah.
So if you're in sales like us, you want an understanding of what to say. When you're competing, you're not looking like, because I think role playing brings a level of confidence as well.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So
There's nothing worse than getting hit with an objection and going,
yeah, that's right.
And then that energy's like, shh, and then for the rest of the appointment or whatever it is, you're like on the back foot.
Yeah.
Like sweat dropping down.
Yeah, that's right.
Your head.
And as soon as that energy
no.
goes, it goes. It's the worst feeling, and you're trying to get it back, and they're looking at you going,
yeah,
he's a dum-dum, that guy. He's got no idea.
So true.
Yeah, for sure. So there would be role-playing, KPIs. What else would there be? What's the track to that? And we're going to finish this on how does that look. So I'll just go through that. So role-playing, KPIs.
Is this just for business?
Well, I think it all goes together. So you got fitness.
Yeah, I was going to say fitness. I think that's very important.
You got eating well.
Yeah.
So that's part of your high performance function.
Got to have family KPIs for sure.
You got to fill the tanks. You weren't filling the tanks for a while there. How did you feel?
Terrible.
All the rest doesn't matter because of that. So you want to fill the tanks, whether that's hang out with your dog, hang out with your partner, or just have time yourself, whatever that is for you. And then what else is there? So that would be a hobby as well, fill the tanks.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of that. What else would there be?
KPIs, health, eating well, family, fill the tanks, role play. So KPIs include a lot of different things.
It does. So when we say KPIs in terms of contacts made for the day, you're going to have if you're in real estate, you're going to have your area structure.
Yeah.
So have you got your letters out, whatever you need to do that day?
Because KPIs could be 100
10 letters. Yeah, that's
100
right.
letters, 10 calls, 30 doors.
Yeah, that's
two buyer appointments, 2 listing presentations.
Yep.
For an ideal day.
Yep. So if we just talk about ours quickly, and then we'll just expand on it and finish this podcast. But it's like if you go 30 calls a day, proactive calls a day, 30 thank you cards, however many people you speak to. So 20 thank you cards. Then you've got your letters for the day. Might be 200 letters or 2 streets, whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
And then you've got your eat well. You're going to eat healthily. And then fitness one, whether that's 31 minutes. At the moment, Jackson's doing 2 times 31. He's been sticking to it. And then you've got time to fill the tanks, whatever that looks like for you. Call your owners would be another one. And I think that's it. Maybe you don't need to necessarily make your KPIs in follow-up, but you would want to put follow-up in there somewhere.
Did you say 2 buyer appointments?
Yes, good one.
Yeah, 2 buyer appointments and maybe one or 2 MOs.
Yeah, so where you're at in your career, and that's a great one. Sorry, I forgot about that. I always had the number of market opinions I wanted to do, but it's not a KPI because you can't actually do it if they're not there. But it's definitely a register. So it's like a target to make the day a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So I would have always 2 market opinions and 2 buyer appointments. I think that's what I had for a long time. So if you had all of that, that's a 10 out of 10 day. That's a track that's going to take you somewhere pretty phenomenal. Anything less than that, you can see your track's going to have a different destination. If you want that, that's like a $2 million track.
Yeah.
Every day. Every day. That you'll end up somewhere like a $2 million performance team. And then you're going to have someone that works with you. What's their KPIs?
Yeah.
And the expanding part of that is, what do you do in it? As in, what are you saying to people, and what nutrition plan do you have, and then what exercise plan do you have? I think you need to understand that too, because a bit of preparation around it is the reason that you'll stick to it.
As you get better at your KPIs too, and they become a bit like our business plan's so simple, 20 listings, 20 sales. We sometimes do more, or around 20. That's very simple, but then there's all of the tasks that come with it. How do you get the 20 listings? How do you get the 20 sales? But
can you see, sorry, I'm jumping. Can you see it's less about the goal and more about the track?
It is. But once you start operating there, you lose focus of the 20 listings and 20 sales, and you're more focused on the how to get there. And that 20 and 20 just is like it's there, but it's not there.
It's so true, because you're going to go there.
Yeah.
You're on the train, going to the destination. Because it's really hard to explain, but if there's one thing that I've learned, you set the track, you're going to end up there. And that's why I said time's not that important. It might be this year, it might be next year, it might be the year after, whatever. But if you've got the same track as a James Tostovan, where are you going to end up?
Same spot.
Same spot.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go out. That's why yesterday when I'm half yelling at you, because I'm like, you're on a different track now. What did I say to you?
You said the energy on Saturday is a 10 out of 10. On Monday, it's a 6 out of 10. And on Tuesday, it's a 3 out of 10. And by the end of the week, everybody's forgotten.
Yeah, the energy of the sold experience. Yeah. And what other thing have you done, though? What are you doing? You're leaving the
door open.
The door open for someone else with a better track to come right in front of you and get in front of your track. And all of a sudden, you're chasing them. You want a track that's going to put you in front of them. We're in a competitive business. Any business is. So if you're in a competitive business, you want the track that's fastest out front, and they're following you.
Yeah.
And I think people don't think about that. It's not about, I can't really be bothered making a call. Sitting there typing an email, that's nowhere on our KPIs.
Yeah.
It's not even a KPI.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You need to do it, I understand. Sitting there talking to someone about how Sex in the City was last Saturday night is not a KPI. Driving a contract somewhere and then going somewhere else to the shoe shop and then coming back to McDonald's and whatever and wasting 2 hours
fluffing around
is not a KPI. When you're at work, and that's why you can be at work for 6 hours and literally get 10 times more work done than somebody's there for 10 hours without a clear structure and understanding of what they need to get out of the day. KPIs is the secret to success. You want 20 and 20? They just need to follow our plan.
Yeah.
You want to list 20 listings a month and sell 20 listings a month? Follow our KPI plan because that's proven.
Yeah.
Month after month, year after year,
that's our ingredients.
Whatever, that's exactly where you need to go. So I'm asking people now, what KPI track system are you working on right now? What does your success plan look like? Your tracks need to match your targets. Anything less than that, you'll be on a different set of tracks and your target won't appear.